It is boring. I don't deny that. It's definitely boring. So this, and along with the fact, if you have certain amount of extra money with you, gives you the opportunity basically to think about upgrading, to think about buying a new motorcycle, switching into a different motorcycle where, again, the story is going to start all over again. You're going to feel excited, you're going to feel all that buying experience, and that initial stage of the motorcycle, new motorcycle has a completely different kind of feeling altogether, no denying that. But how long? 6 months, 1 year down the lane, it's again going to go back to that same thing. So is the money worth? I mean, of course, if you are switching between motorcycles, you got to spend money, you got to spend time, and of course a lot of legal formalities are also attached to it, also involved. So you have to go through all such stuff. So is it worth? So hello and a very good evening, YouTube. I'm back with another video. I hope each one of you are doing absolutely fine, working hard in your own life and enjoying this wonderful life. Happy Holi to each one of you all. Today is the 8th of March. Evening time, around 5 o'clock. And we are out. I'm out on my CB350 for a short evening ride around the city. Well, let me just get over of all these traffic and get onto the freeway, and then we will talk. Okay, stay tuned. So why do we sell our motorcycles? Nah, I am not selling this. This baby is not leaving me anytime soon. That is for sure. Today I want to discuss this thing with y'all, this topic with y'all, that why do we end up selling our most loved motorcycle? Well, there could be several reasons, apart from the quite obvious ones, like I want to upgrade my motorcycle to a better one, to a more powerful one. So I am not happy with my motorcycle. All such kinds of things, all such kinds of reasons are already there. But today I am not going to talk about all those things, all those reasons. I'm interested in the one when we literally get so bored with our motorcycles. What's wrong with this guy, man? Anyways, these kinds of motorcycles, the motorcycle like the CB350 and similar kind of motorcycles, when you thought of buying this particular motorcycle, then you probably must have had this thought in your mind of keeping it long term, because these are long term motorcycles. There are several other kinds of motorcycles where the sports category ones and all such stuffs, where people don't use them for a very long period. They keep switching between motorcycles. So that's a different kind of life, that's a different kind of psyche that goes along in a person's mind when they go for all those category of motorcycles. But this is a long-termer, and so are several other similar kind of motorcycles. And why do we sometimes plan to sell them, plan to switch them with a different one? Few days back, the thought also crossed my mind of switching this motorcycle with a different one, perhaps, which would be more interesting, more fun to ride, more exciting to ride. But later on, I thought that there is no end to it. I mean, given the number of motorcycles that come up nowadays, I mean, new ones, refreshed ones, and all such stuffs, there is practically n number of choices that you can upgrade to, or you can switch to. After giving it a long thought, I could realize that it's not the motorcycle at all. The motorcycle is running absolutely fine. I mean, I had piled up not much, but around 15,000 kilometers in it, but I had spent a lot of time with it. I mean, working on it, pampering it, riding it mostly, because I'm a motorcycle guy. I don't like to drive much. Maybe since I ride this motorcycle so often, that's why it grew on me so well that I somehow got bored with whatever performance it is giving, whatever the whole package of it. I mean, the whole package, the whole motorcycle itself, it somewhat is boring now. It is boring, I don't deny that. It's definitely boring. So this, and along with the fact, if you have certain amount of extra money with you, gives you the opportunity basically to think about upgrading, to think about buying a new motorcycle, switching into a different motorcycle, where again the story is going to start all over again. You're going to feel excited, you're going to feel all that buying experience, and that initial stage of the motorcycle, new motorcycle has a completely different kind of feeling altogether, no denying that. But how long? 6 months, 1 year down the lane, it's again going to go back to that same thing. So is the money worth? I mean, of course, if you are switching between motorcycles, you got to spend money, you got to spend time, and of course a lot of legal formalities are also attached to it, also involved. So you have to go through all such stuff. So is it worth? That's what I wondered in my mind, and then later on I found out that there's an easy solution to it. Why don't we go for that? Why don't we just change the motorcycle to our likings? I mean, there are a lot of possibilities in a particular motorcycle in today's day and age, where you could customize the motorcycle and give it a different kind of look, give it a different kind of stance, maybe enhance the performance also to some extent, and it's definitely going to behave in a completely different manner, in a completely new manner, which is definitely going to be way more cheaper, way more less time consuming, and way more easier. You're going to have the same motorcycle which you do not need to sell that, and just doing certain simple modifications or fabrication, you could enhance it and give it a different kind of feel while you ride it. It's not about only the looks. Looks basically is something which people see and people admire about it. Being the owner or being the user of the motorcycle, you need to upgrade the way it behaves to start enjoying it differently, and to feel the difference. I mean, only then you could come out of that boredom, right? So that had led me to do a little bit of research, and then I came up with a few things that I plan to do on it. It's still in the planning stage. I'm not sure about it, but definitely something I have to do, because it's been a long time that I have been riding this motorcycle more or less stock. I have not done anything drastically to this motorcycle to change the outlook, or change the aesthetics, or change the way it behaves and performs. So number one thing that I'm going to do is what I have planned is I'm going to change the handlebar of this motorcycle. That's going to give me a better stance, right? Yeah, you saw it right. The handle is wobbling, and that has its own reason. I'm not worried about it, since I know the reason. So I am going to perhaps go with the art of motorcycle handlebar. That's going to give it a completely different kind of riding stance altogether. I'm going to sit back a little bit more. I am going to hold the handlebars a little bit wider, and of course it's going to make a little bit of aesthetic difference to the motorcycle as well. So that's the number one thing which I plan to do. The second thing which caught my eyes really bad, and that is again something electrical, right? It is I mean, it's if you are a little bit tech savvy, you might already know about it. That is the new LED headlight that has come up for this motorcycle by a company called Vishnu. So I plan to install that LED projector headlight into this motorcycle. So it is a little bit costly, guys, so that's why I'm in two minds. But if I know myself correctly, I will eventually end up buying it and installing it in the motorcycle. So let's see whether or not I go for it. So that basically has three different color options, and also you could toggle the headlight with the high beam flasher, which I really like. I really want that in my motorcycle. I really wanted that for a very long time. I tried doing it myself by modifying it. I couldn't. I failed. I mean, I tried to hook the high beam flasher with the fog lights that are already installed in the motorcycle, but I couldn't. I failed in that project. But now the Vishnu guys, they came up with a very good solution, a complete headlight swap. They are providing with LED projector headlight, which would be replacing the stock headlamp, and a lot of electrical harness and everything is there, which would be installed in the motorcycle, after which it's going to transform the headlight output completely as per them. They also have a video demo at their website. If you want, you could just go to YouTube and then search with Honda CB350 Vishnu, and you would get their video demo of how they install in the motorcycle and what is the exact light output. So that really caught my eyes, guys. So I feel that I should go for it, and I don't know, let's see. I also have to take care of my finances, since it's a little bit costly aside. It's somewhere around 8,000, I believe. So the logic behind telling y'all all this is that you could definitely go ahead and research on the internet about your likings to add on stuff to your motorcycle and make it unique, make it a little bit different. And I'm pretty sure that the motorcycle is again going to win your heart like it did when you first bought it and rode it. So that's the point over here, guys. There is no end to switching motorcycles, buying a new one. Although I agree to the fact that that particular feeling of buying a new motorcycle is irreplaceable. No amount of modifications to your existing motorcycle could replace that feeling. But that feeling also comes at a cost. So you have to understand that, and you just cannot go around buying motorcycles again and again. That is not a good thing to do. So instead, what you could do is you could instead modify your existing motorcycle as per your liking, change the aesthetics, change the dynamics, change the performance, whatever. In today's day and age, a lot of stuff is available over the internet or maybe in your local market, and if you research, you could definitely find something of your taste and do it. And I have found quite a few people, when they buy a new motorcycle, they immediately switch stuffs. I mean, they immediately add a lot of things to the motorcycle as an accessories, and bump up the performance with the help of air filters or exhausts, and change the handlebar and all that stuff. Everything, they transform the motorcycle. My advice to all these people is See, I'm not telling you all not to do it. It's your motorcycle at the end of the day. You could definitely do it. But my advice would be, first use the motorcycle stock. Get used to it. Get bored with it with time. Which is at least going to take 6 months to 1 year time, at least, if not more. Trust me on this. Because something which is made by the company, goes a long way. So my advice would be, first use the motorcycle stock, and once you get bored, then you could add on accessories or performance filters or exhausts one by one. Don't rush through it. And that way, what is going to happen is, you are also not going to spend a lot of money at once. It's going to go out slowly. Today you could go for a handlebar. Tomorrow, after a month's time or after 2 months' time, you could go for a performance air filter, and so on and so forth. So that's why I did not do much modifications to the motorcycle till now. It will be around. It will be 2 years with this motorcycle very, very soon, and it's still more or less stock. Nothing major has been swapped or replaced or upgraded. But yes, as I said, I kind of am getting bored with it. So I would definitely like to upgrade to I would definitely like to upgrade the motorcycle to something which gives me more pleasure, which gives me more which makes me more interesting. Which makes the motorcycle more interesting to ride. The motorcycle by itself has no problem at all. No problem at all. It's just that I am using it for such a long time that is bringing the boredom. And that basically is, no motorcycle becomes absolutely unusable, guys. Okay, yeah, I can understand you have this wish of upgrading to a different motorcycle, or you like a different motorcycle way too much than your existing one. Go ahead, you're definitely free to upgrade. There is no problem with that. It's just that for people like me, someone who is from the middle class family, it's not always possible to shred off that extra cash to buy something new again and again and again, just to maintain that feeling inside that I'm using a different thing and it's not boring me at all. So that is not possible for everyone. And at the same time, even if you have the money, at some point in your life you would definitely realize that this was not a right thing to do. Trust me. Especially with these kinds of motorcycle, with the sports kind of motorcycle, or motorcycles that they are those kind of category of motorcycles are bought by people who have this thing in their mind from the initial time when they buy the motorcycle, that they are going to use it for 6 months or maybe a year, and then they are going to swap it with a different one. That's a whole different psyche altogether, as I said. And that's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's all about two things: one, your wish; second, your affordability. Right? So that's absolutely fine. But in case of bikes like these, okay, these bikes are keepers. If you treat them well, if you pamper them, and if you have all the services done on time, they are built to last for a lifetime, guys. Okay, you just need to take care about the bare minimum service requirements and all such stuffs. There's practically nothing which could go wrong if all these things are done properly. So as I said, guys, these are the two things in my mind that I have to do. Later in the year, I am also planning to give it a little bit of paint job. Of course I cannot change the actual color of the motorcycle, since that would make it illegal, street illegal. I am not supposed to change the color of the motorcycle from what it is. So if it is blue, I need to keep it blue. I cannot paint it red, otherwise I would love to go with shiny glossy red paint on this motorcycle. That would be amazing, but I cannot do it. Of course, there is a legal procedure to go about it, but it's too lengthy, too boring. I don't want to go through all those things. So if it is blue, let it be blue. Maybe I would paint it in some other shade of blue or something like that. Or maybe since this is a dual tone, so I would change the color of the bottom end, which is white in color at the moment. So let's see. That would also follow, but not immediately, after a few days. And stay tuned. Like these two things, as I said, the art of motorcycle handlebar, which I found really interesting, and I've also researched and found out that not many people are using it. That's number one. Number two is you do not need to alter any cables, or you do not need to drill any holes anywhere. They also come with its own power and weight and all such stuff, so it should be a good thing. Let's see. That is something which is exciting me. It's also costing somewhere around 2200 rupees. Not that costly, not that cheap. So I'm expecting it to be of a good quality. They claim it to be CNC machined. So let's see. That is number one. And number two is the Vaishnu 3-color LED headlight for the Honda Highness and RS CB350. I am really very excited about this. So stay tuned, guys, as I would be playing around a little bit with this motorcycle with regards to changing the way how it looks, how it behaves a little bit. I am not at all interested with the exhaust or the intake, since it's fairly good enough for this category of motorcycle. The performance, I have no complaints at all. Yeah, if the sitting posture or the ergonomics changes, which it will if I change the handlebar, it's going to become more wide, more upright. So let me first do that and check out whether I am happy with that or I need something more to enhance it. So we would talk about that more when I already have installed it, and maybe in a motor vlog you would find that handlebar and I would talk more about it. But as of now, nothing more. So very soon you would find those videos, if I ultimately plan to buy them once they arrive. And if I buy them, I would definitely let you all know, maybe through a post or something, that I eventually couldn't control myself and bought them. So yep, guys, I hope you all are taking good care of your highnesses and enjoying it thoroughly. It will be dark soon, and I have a few plans for today evening which I would be doing, apart from meeting a friend, giving some chai sutta wala adda, if my fellow friends could understand that. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this vlog. I just wanted to share my thoughts which were inside, which wanted to come out. I hope you like it, guys. I hope it answers to a few of your questions if you are facing the same confusion as I did a few days back. But I seriously don't want to, and I will not sell this motorcycle anytime soon. That's for sure. Such a lovely motorcycle deserves to stay with me. That's all for this vlog, guys. I hope you liked it. If you like it, kindly hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and if you're new to my channel, it goes without saying, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon which you find just beside it, so that you do not miss any of my single updates that I come up with in future. That being said, take extremely good care of yourself. Enjoy your life to the fullest. Ciao. GoPro, stop recording.